Great news for those individuals that are in Serbia currently and looking to move to Serbia. I'm a couple days late on this information. We've been extremely busy with our clients and helping them establish their new lives here. And so I thought I'd do a video on this topic. I did this about 6 to 8 months ago about the SEPA system and how Serbia is going to enter SEPA. And they officially did on May 5th. And this is a great step forward into making international money transfers good for not only the citizens here in Serbia, but those that are residents here. So if you're looking to move to Serbia in the near future, I know that we are really starting to ramp up right now with the number of individuals looking to come here. And this does not essentially pertain to those that are looking to set up a business, which is what we do a lot with our clients. But even if you're looking to purchase property here, you are looking to obtain citizenship by descent, you are looking to essentially obtain a way to live in Serbia here and move money from your home country to Serbia here. This SEPA system is something that is completely a good thing, I think, because not only is it going to make things a lot faster, but a lot cheaper for individuals looking to move money. Now, there are some pros and cons to this, and it's not relevant to all individuals around the world. And we're going to dive into this article and talk to you about how this affects you and how you can prepare. All right, I know myself that I work with a lot of international clients from all over the world, and sometimes moving money, making payments, getting paid is not the easiest, especially for individuals that only are limited to certain options of moving money. And so, being that Serbia was not in SEPA and we'd had clients from many European Union countries looking to move here, we've had individuals from Holland, UK, Germany, Sweden. I don't believe Sweden is actually in the European Union, but that's just another example. We've had individuals from Italy, we've had individuals from Austria, and many other EU countries. And those EU countries use euro. And so as of May 5th, 2026, Serbia officially joined the SEPA payment system, and it's covering 41 countries, including all 27 EU members, the UK, Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, and others. Now, what are some of the key mechanics when it comes to entering the SEPA system? Euro transfers now are settled within 1 business day instead of several days previously required due to multiple intermediary banks. So this is exactly what I was talking to you about, which we had to go through when it comes to accepting payments from abroad. You not only had to pay higher fees, so you're paying sometimes 10, 20 euros on a transfer, not only on our side, but as well as on the client side. But then there was some documentation that you need to send into the bank to prove so that they can release that funds. And that also would have taken, 3, 4 days, depending on how fast you get to it. And being that you have to print things out manually and fill out the documents and find certain codes that apply as to showing, the services rendered, why you're sending it, show them a paid invoice, so much information. This is going to simplify that process. The projected annual savings of 50 to 60 million euros at the national level. So this is going to also trickle down to those individuals that are going to be accepting euro payments. One of the things that you have to take into consideration, and this is not only for individuals moving to Serbia, but also there's a lot of Serbs that they have family members outside of Serbia. And so they're either sending money to those individuals or receiving money from those individuals who are working or living in these member countries. So phase one is SEPA credit transfer only. SEPA instant and direct debit follow in approximately 1 year. 18 Serbian commercial banks have already registered as SEPA participants as of April 10th, 2026. So I know I am with 3 separate banks. I am with Raiffeisen, OTP, and Banca Intesa. All of those are one of those participants in the SEPA program. So what does this mean for individuals that are looking to move to Serbia? So money movement fear. So that is essentially eliminated. The clients from US, UK, EU, Australia based have historically cited slow, expensive, and opaque international transfers as a friction point when considering Serbia. SEPA removes that. Sending money to and from Serbia now works the same as sending within the EU. So this is really good. So we've had some individuals who had that exact process. Now, let's be clear here. This is a system that the banks are implementing. The issue is going to be also what the banks and say when it comes to approving your bank account. We've had some individuals who the banks were asking essentially for so much information just to open up a bank account that they said, hey, listen, it's not even worth it. One of the things that we do with our clients is that we go and apply to multiple banks and see who will approve them, and then the client has the option as to who they go with. The client who decided to say, hey, listen, I don't want to move forward with this, they never set up the business with us. They set it up through another firm. And of course, they didn't. That firm never thought of, hey, let's go to multiple banks. Let me go and help that client out. The client had to do everything essentially themselves. They were passing by our office, walked in because they're like, hey, listen, I just opened up a DOO. I need accounting services. Can you do this for us? Of course, we provide accounting and bookkeeping services for all our clients. And so this is what I heard through the grapevine. And first he was denied at Banca Intesa, then he was denied at, well, not denied at Raiffeisen, but it took them from the time of application 3 weeks essentially to say, hey, listen, now we need a business plan. Now we need to know where the money's coming from. We need to know what the nature of your business is, so on and so forth. And that client ended up coming to Serbia twice to solve these banking informations. However, we were not able to help him because our hands were tied. He had a power of attorney to someone else who essentially didn't do their job and wasn't looking out for their best interest. And so they said, hey, listen, we're going to just up and leave. But if you're working with us, it's a different process. We've had clients that had a bank account approved within a half hour. We've had some clients that said, hey, listen, let's apply to 3, 4, 5 different banks, see who approves me, and then I have the pick of the litter, which I think that is one of the best ways to do it. What else does SEPA mean for you? Business setup just got materially easier. So entrepreneurs and business owners can now pay EU suppliers and receive EU client payments through Serbian accounts without the intermediary bank overhead. That's a direct value add to your business setup services. So I think this is also really relevant. You're not going to have to go through all the bureaucracy of receiving payments from your clients or, of course, like they said, paying your vendors or any other suppliers that you may have. 3, the real estate transactions just became smoother. So large euro transfers for property purchases, one of the core services, of course, that we provide here. So people looking to obtain residency through property purchase. If you're doing that here in Serbia, anything over 10,000 euros has to go through a bank. And so, if you're looking to purchase a house that is 100,000 500,000, whatever it is, this is going to make it a lot easier. We just had a client that purchased a 350,000 euro apartment here. He's going to be obtaining residency through that, but first he's going to go through a full-blown renovation, which we are helping him with. We've had clients that have purchased properties for 100,000 and ended up getting residency. But regardless of that, anything over 10,000 has to go through a bank account. It has to be tracked, and SEPA allows this to be that much easier. Tax optimization is a good thing as well. So Serbia-based companies receiving EU revenue now operate in the same payment rails as EU companies. And this helps Serbian businesses be that much more efficient. So SEPA is something that's going to be great. This does not mean that we are a part of the European Union, but I think this also is a teeter-totter effect, because SEPA is going to, make people want to use the euro currency a little bit more. Serbian currency is still the Serbian dinar, and that's what all the transactions have to be in here. However, I think this is a way to get people to use more of the euro dollar, or the euro currency, should I say, and a way to start slowly leaking in the European Union into Serbia, because of course we're one of the few countries that are still not part of the European Union. So individuals need to be vigilant when it comes to how far the European Union is going to start using their powers to kind of get their tentacles into the country. I think this SEPA thing is really good, because I like using the euro much more than getting paid in US dollars, Canadian dollars, Australian dollars, or whatever it is. Why? Because the currency conversion is that much better than many of these other currencies. So, for 1 euro, I'm getting 117 and change dinars, where for 1 US dollar, I'm getting about 100 dinars. Canadian dollars gives me 7. So 1 Canadian dollar gives me about 78 dinars. So, there's more bang for your buck when it comes to the euro and using that currency here as well. And of course, if you're looking to set up a bank here in Serbia, you will set up a dinar account, but you're also able to set up a euro USD account, and which we call a deviznik račun here. And that allows you to work with multiple currencies. So I think this is great. Leave me your thoughts in the comments as to what you think about SEPA and how this will affect your choice of living in Serbia or already living in Serbia. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one.